In a high-octane world of NHRA drag racing, where split-second decisions and thunderous roars define careers, few stories capture the heart like a sudden goodbye. Just weeks after clinching his second straight Funny Car World Championship at the 2025 NHRA World Finals, Austin Prock and his family have parted ways with John Force Racing, the team that helped turn him into a star. This isn't just a team shuffle. It's the end of a golden chapter for one of drag racing's most storied outfits. As the 2026 season looms, fans are left wondering, what comes next for the young champion, and can John Force Racing rebound from yet another seismic shift? The news hit like a nitrous oxide boost on November 24th, 2025, when John Force Racing issued an official statement confirming the departure. "We're incredibly proud of everything we achieved together with the Prock family," said John Force, the 16-time Funny Car champion and team owner, in the official statement. "I wish them well, and I understand that their decision to move on is just part of the business we're in." Simple words from a man who's seen it all in over 50 years behind the wheel, but they carry the weight of change in a sport built on loyalty and legacy. The Prock family's rise, from crew to crowns. To understand the sting of this split, you have to rewind to the roots. Austin Prock, now 30, grew up in the shadow of drag strips, thanks to his dad, Jimmy Prock. Jimmy isn't just any crew chief. He's a tuning wizard with a knack for squeezing every ounce of power from a funny car's supercharged engine. He joined John Force Racing back in 2001, bringing his sharp mind to a team already dominating the NHRA Mission Foods drag racing series. Jimmy's early days at JFR were magic. He helped orchestrate John Force's 16th and final Funny Car title in 2013, a feat that solidified his reputation as one of the best in the pits. But like many family ventures in racing, things got complicated. Jimmy left for Don Schumacher Racing in 2015, chasing new challenges, only to return to JFR in 2017. This time, he brought his son Austin along, turning their father-son bond into a competitive edge. Austin started in Top Fuel dragsters, the behemoths that hit speeds over 330 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. He notched 4 wins there before switching to funny cars in 2023, a move that felt like destiny. With Jimmy calling the shots from the control tower and brother Thomas assisting as co-crew chief, the Procks built a machine of precision. Their Chevrolet Funny Car, backed by Cornwell tools, became a terror on the track. The payoff? Back-to-back championships in 2024 and 2025. Austin racked up 17 Funny Car victories, all with JFR, plus those early Top Fuel triumphs. "It's been an incredible ride," Austin said after his 2025 title, hoisting the trophy amid fireworks and cheers. Little did fans know, that victory lap might have been his last with the team that made him a household name in drag racing circles. What made the Procks special wasn't just wins. It was their quiet intensity. Jimmy's data-driven tweaks and Austin's cool-headed launches created a synergy that outpaced rivals like Ron Capps and J.R. Todd. Thomas, often the unsung hero, kept the crew humming like a well-oiled engine. Together, they weren't just racing. They were redefining what a family operation could achieve in a corporate-heavy sport. A storm of changes at John Force Racing. This departure didn't happen in a vacuum. John Force Racing, based in Brownsburg, Indiana, has been a powerhouse since 1978, with 24 NHRA championships and over 200 national event wins. But 2025 felt like a turning point, a year of farewells that tested the team's resilience. It started with Brittany Force, John's daughter and a 3-time Top Fuel champion. In late summer, she announced she'd step away from driving to focus on starting a family, a personal milestone that rippled through the paddock. Brittany's absence left a void in the Top Fuel garage, quickly filled by Josh Hart, a rising star from the sportsman ranks. Hart's signing for 2026 brought fresh energy, but it underscored JFR's need to evolve. Then came the bombshell from John Force himself. The 76-year-old legend, who survived a horrific 2024 crash that sidelined him for months, revealed just before the World Finals that he'd retire from the driver's seat after 2025. "I've given everything to this sport," Force said, his voice steady but emotional. With John now in an advisory role, the pressure shifted to the next generation. Enter the Prock news. Rumors bubbled up on November 22nd, just days after Austin's title clinch. Social media lit up with whispers from insiders. The Procks had tendered their resignations. By Friday evening, multiple sources confirmed it. Austin, Jimmy, and Thomas were out. The timing stung. Why leave at the peak? Industry chatter on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, painted a picture of quiet negotiations, with fans posting nostalgic photos from the season and speculating wildly. One post called it Shakespearean, capturing the drama of legends bowing out together. John Force's response was characteristically pragmatic. In his statement, he emphasized continuity. JFR would field 4 cars in 2026, leaning on sponsors like Peak Antifreeze and the in-house Force American-made machine shop. All the hard work preparing for the 2026 NHRA season continues as planned, he added, signaling no panic in the pits. Whispers of the next chapter. Where will the Procks land? For Austin and his family, the future is a blank track, exciting, uncertain, and full of potential. They haven't announced their 2026 plans, but the rumor mill is in overdrive. The hottest tip? A move to Tasca III Motorsports, a Ford-backed team that's been nipping at JFR's heels. Tasca, known for his single funny car operation with driver Bob Tasca Jr., could expand to 2 cars, with the Procks handling the new entry. It's a logical fit. Tasca's family-run vibe mirrors the Procks, and Ford's engineering muscle would pair well with Jimmy's tuning prowess. Other speculation floats names like Ron Cap's team, or even a startup venture. The Procks could go anywhere and win, one ex-user posted, echoing the sentiment across fan forums. Austin's marketability, young, charismatic, and clutch, makes him a prize for any owner. Jimmy's history adds gravitas. He's tuned champions before, and Thomas brings the reliability of youth. Why leave now? Sources hint at philosophical differences. JFR's massive operation, with its corporate sponsors and sprawling staff, might have felt too big for the tight-knit Procks. Austin once called John his racing grandfather, but as Force steps back, the team dynamics shifted. In a sport where crew chiefs hold as much sway as drivers, seeking more control could be the draw. Whatever the reason, it's a bold bet on themselves. John Force Racing reloads. New faces, same fire. If the Procks exit left a hole, JFR wasted no time patching it. On November 24th, the team teased additional partnerships for 2026, and by week's end, they dropped the name, Alexis DeJoria. The veteran driver, with 5 NHRA wins and a smooth style, will slide into the Cornwell Tools seat. DeJoria, 41, brings experience from her days with Kalitta Motorsports and a personal connection. She's raced against the forces for years and calls John a mentor. We're excited to welcome Alexis, a JFR spokesperson said, hinting at more reveals at the PRI trade show in December. With John Hart in top fuel, Austin Hedges in John's former ride, and now DeJoria, the lineup looks balanced. Force's machine shop, a quiet powerhouse, will keep the cars competitive. This isn't JFR's first rodeo with change. They've weathered retirements, crashes, and sponsor shifts. John's 2024 accident, a fiery 302 miles per hour flip, tested their spirit, but they emerged stronger. As NHRA VP Brad Gerber noted recently, the series is booming, with new manufacturers eyeing the funny car class after Toyota's pullback. JFR, ever the survivor, seems poised to thrive. Ripples through the NHRA, an era shifts gears. The Prock split sends shockwaves beyond Brownsburg. In funny car, where JFR has won 20 of the last 25 titles, Austin's departure levels the field. Rivals like Caps, now with his own team, and Tasca could close the gap. For fans, it's bittersweet, losing the Prock 4 storyline but gaining fresh rivalries. Broader trends play in too. Drag racing's silly season. That off-season frenzy of hires and fires feels more intense amid economic pressures and tech advances like hybrid engines on the horizon. Yet, stories like this remind us why we watch. The human element. Fathers and sons, legacies and leaps of faith. As December 7th, 2025 dawns, the paddock buzzes with hope. Austin Prock, wherever he straps in next, carries 2 rings and a family's pride. John Force Racing, battle-tested, rolls on. In drag racing, innings are just launches in disguise. Buckle up, 2026 promises to be a wild ride.